Sergio. Yeah, Sergio, it was a very good day for Coach Kwesi Appiah and then the charges Sudan. The CHAN tournament na ekoso. Na yi na ebe kaya ye wure mu into the CHAN tournament this year no. Na omo group D, a group alongside the likes of the Nigerian CHAN team, Ubeka, the Congo Brazzaville side, and of course Senegal, the defending champions. Sergio, in a tough group that involve former champion or defending champion Ubeka, and of course 2018 runners-up in Nigeria, but still Coach Kwesi Appiah and Mrantia no prevailed by topping the group. And of course, after topping the group, now it was a set for a tough task against Algeria. Algeria was in the last tournament, runners-up of the competition. Not Algeria, the runners-up of the competition. And Sergio, still, the Sudanese team did very well. And it ended 1-1 after 120 minutes. So, Sergio, now the attorney said, you caught post-match penalties. Near determine who gets the opportunity to be into the semi-final of the competition. And of course, Sudan were able to win by 4-2 on penalties after 1-1 draw. So, Sergio, Ameki, the semi-finalists, no complete. So, say why Omo qualify, Yenya Madagascar, Omoko into the semi-final, Yenya Sudan, Yenya Morocco, and of course Yenya Senegal. But this was how the game was played between Sudan and Algeria. This was the goal in your shot from Sudan, and of course Algeria fono etimi the game ended by 1-1 draw, and of course post-match penalties, Amboa Ama Sudan into the semi-finals for the first time since 2018, almost 7 years now. The last time the Sudanese team were able to make it into the semi-final of the CHAN tournament was 2018. That was 7 years ago in Morocco. So it's a major achievement or remarkable one. You can talk of Adia Coach Kwesi Appiah, any Omo Aye. Sergio Mino Kasei or the Omo a qualify or the AFCON after missing out in the last time Cote d'Ivoire 2023. Kwesi Appiah and the Sudanese national team Abem. And of course, Sergio Odiomo Asewuremu into the CHAN semi-finals for the first time since 2018. And of course, Sergio, the World Cup qualifiers, Sudan is still in contention for a spot for the 2026 World Cup because we're group table now. Sudan Edasud with third, but Omoni Senegal second, Ubia with 12 points each. And Sergio, all 6 games now, Mabona. It was just unfortunate, say, drawn game against South Sudan and no how. So if or even within the qualifiers of the World Cup now Sergio, the Sudanese team have won 3 games and they drew 3. They are yet to lose because they won against DR Congo, they won against Mauritania away, they won against South Sudan. The draw now Monyano the one against the Togolese team, the 1-1 draw, and of course Obeka the goalless draw Mone Senegal boy, and the other one that draw against South Sudan. And no how during last qualifiers course who match So it's a Sudan table on the group stage now. FIFA 2026 World Cup qualification. Sergio, Coach Kwesi Appiah is still in contention. Now Sergio, a banisana ultimate qualifier. Obeye a very remarkable recorder. Only nipa ba kopen wetimi, and that is the table. DR Congo with 13 points, Senegal with 12 points, Sudan with 12 points. So what it means mathematically, no one has qualified from that group because there are 4 games to play. Sudan next 4 games 2 away games omobeko Senegal, and of course obeka the away game omobeko DR Congo, and 2 home games and also omobebo the one against Mauritania and the one against Togo. So Sergio, what it means Coach Kwesi Appiah it me qualify Sudan to the World Cup obe equally the record of only Stephen Keshi. Stephen Keshi Kwana or the 2 African countries are qualified to different World Cup tournaments. And that was when he qualified Togo to the Germany 2006 World Cup. But unfortunately, caught the tournament Edi Coach Otofista Baye. And Coach Kwesi Appiah also the Black Stars are caught 2014. So Sergio, with that 12 points build up, they are still in contention. And Otimi Ejumana Sergio, Obeye the second person after Stephen Keshi to have ever qualified 2 different countries to different World Cup on the continent. Sergio, very remarkable, which Modema Coach Kwesi Appiah Ewo the CHAN tournament, and of course the Sudanese national team now or manager mo. Sergio, Senegal also share Uganda by a goal to nil. So Enona up put the nail on the coffin of all the co-hosts of the CHAN tournament. So Orlando Pirates and then Mamelodi Sundowns played over the weekend or the MTN top 8. It was a tough one, very, very tough. 1-1 draw, post-match penalties, and a separate yomo. One thing is how Nancy Orlando Pirates faces Sundowns fair and square. Back in the days, especially 2-3 seasons ago, no, yeah, that Sundowns eshomo with ease and but now you've seen they are now matching them. And Obia Onya Kwan ahead the game. You saw say Orlando Pirates, the likes of Dion Hope Otomo, they gave Mamelodi Sundowns a very good run for their money, but it ended in a 1-1 draw. And of course, the post-match penalties, and a separate the both sides are Mamelodi Sundowns are shared by 4-1 in terms of the penalties now. Almost progressing into the MTN top 8. So you quickly inquire Ghana for more over the weekend, and I think some wonderful goals from Abdul Fattah Isaku, Alfred Duncan, the likes of Eugene Ansah scoring. You heard what happened in the championship between Charlton Athletic and Leicester City. Leicester City, the one goal now it was from Abdul Fattah Isaku, a wonderful screamer, and this was how he scored the only goal of that game. And Leicester City were the winners of the game now in the third week fixture of the championship. This was Abdul Fattah Isaku. I just hope and pray more than more done within the couple of 3 games of Maba so far. No, Sejo or the Beuremu and the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Ghana Bebko into those 2 games. I any chart any the Malian team in Ebabebo next month. Another goal also came from Brandon Thomas Asante. Coventry City were on rampage. They defeated Queen's Park Rangers by 7-1, and one of the goals that came on board was from Brandon Thomas Asante. Last weekend he scored when they won against Derby County, and this weekend again Brandon Thomas Asante scored and he gave an assist also. That was how it ended by 7-1. Brandon Thomas Asante was on the score sheet for Coventry City, the team that is being coached by Frank Lampard during Enra Omo 7-1 tamping Omo share against QPR or the English Championship. So Brandon Thomas Asante so Alfred Duncan also scored for the club. Unfortunately, the team Venezia echo into relegation. After last season's Italian Serie A, they couldn't end up among the 17 teams now. So unfortunately, they were relegated. And this was how Alfred Duncan scored that wonderful long shot now. And the team Venezia won by 2-1 against AS Bari in the Italian Serie B. That was Alfred Duncan. Of course, Emmanuel Yeboah, 99 Ideas, was also on target for the club. Halmstad Biki, the Swedish league. But said you, we know a penalty incident. Emmanuel Yeboah said you have video slow mo na said you a penalty. Any penalty. Penalty na by Emmanuel Yeboah Emmanuel Yeboah na gina bonus no. But said you from the playback na said you any penalty. I think that the referee got it wrong because the player is simulated. The keeper no.
Everyone was a VR so allowed this.
Yeah, said you.
Oh come on. Okay.
Clearly, you saw say it wasn't a penalty, but Emmanuel Yeboah 99 Ideas pounced on that and he was able to score. Of course, Oko USA said you Phoenix Rising so Eshe Colorado Springs and a certain Ghanaian Hope Aveyewu. Also, he was on target for the club Phoenix Rising over the weekend. Wabra they won by 4-1 against Colorado Springs. So you some couple of very good performances, and of course, mehu injury return of Ali Dusedu Seju ama meniaji. So Tariq Lamptey out of shape in terms of games are Brighton and Hove Albion or out 1 more games in the and Ali Dusedu after long injury layoff came back for Stade Rennais over the weekend and it's new Mepra and said you saying a call up no coach Otuado Ebewuremu into that qualifiers. The likes of Abdul Samed Salisu featured. Alexander Jiku came in the second half for the club Fenerbahce over the weekend. Said you, but still Oko Monakwa, Mohamed Salisu is still yet to get minutes since last season. Now did that bench na Ankasa. Said you, I think coach Otuado Ebewo some headaches kakra because some of the positions onye who team then go into the World Cup qualifiers now. Eba Bebasu Nyamibwa next month. Yeni Chad any Mali. eba be koso nti seju ye be monitor ne who how things how things will pan out. But seju unfortunately our police ladies lost against Bielsa Queens or the CAF Women's Champions League on first group game na course no. It was so unfortunate, and that was how it ended when Bielsa Queens of Nigeria defeated our police ladies being led by coach Yusuf Basigi or the CAF Women's Champions League na course no seju.
Okay, our Mohammed. But so we are aware say US Open national.
Yeah.
And no news from US. Abba, wow. There's nothing to discuss in the foreign news.